Welcome everyone to our fall forum. Great to see everyone out. Like the Sankofa, we will look backward a moment before moving forward. The Sankofa is a mythical bird that is often depicted in Ghanaian drawings, artwork, and other cultural contexts. It is a bird that is depicted as its head looks backward as it orients her body forward. Honoring the Sankofa today, I will begin with a look back at last year before we move to discuss the year that lies ahead. Last year was a year of many accomplishments. We began the fall of 2015 with a sea of orange as we welcomed over 1,800 first-time students, our second largest first-year class in over 25 years. During our 2015 Fall Forum, I asked you, members of the Buffalo State community, to not rest on your laurels. In fact, I asked you to dare to be more than good, to dare to be distinct. This time last year, we were just beginning our strategic planning process, and I laid out several important aspects that should be discussed in the development of our next strategic plan. I appointed the College Planning Council under the leadership of Provost Perot to coordinate the development of our strategic plan. I was not disappointed in the work of the College Planning Council. The CPC, with the guidance of faculty from our internationally recognized Creative Studies program, engaged in a process characterized by sincere attention to shared governance. Faculty, staff, students, union representation, Senate members, College Council members, and external stakeholders were all brought together into the planning process to develop our strategic plan. Across many months and after many hours of completed discussions, multiple forums held, and many drafts written and revised, we completed a forward-thinking strategic plan to present to the Buffalo State College Council for ratification. It was approved unanimously in early October, and we now have a roadmap to guide our work for the next 5 years. I thank each and every member of the college community for lending their best thoughts and boldest ideas to the process, and I thank the College Planning Council for their leadership. The strategic plan affirms and brands Buffalo State College as SUNY's urban engaged campus. The strategic plan presents well-developed and measurable goals that will guide our work over the next 5 years. The goals provide a framework for Buffalo State to truly be bold and distinct as we move forward. Our strategic plan will position Buffalo State to educate students through rigorous, engaging academic programs. We will foster an engaged campus community that encourages civic responsibility. Throughout every division and within every unit, we will enhance institutional effectiveness. And as we move forward, we will reassign resources and seek new revenue streams so that we can provide the facilities and the resources to support our activities. In order to successfully meet our goals, we must do the work, and we must dare to move beyond the familiar to what is needed to educate today's students, to respond within today's higher education climate, and to secure the futures of our students as they leave Buffalo State. The completion of our guiding strategic plan is a significant accomplishment for the 2015-16 academic year. However, even as we developed our guiding plan, we had significant other accomplishments throughout our community last year. 28 new full-time faculty members, 40 professional staff members, and over 20 classified staff joined the Buffalo State community. The additional commitment, dedication, and innovation represented by these new faculty and staff is already being realized as we see these new faces become settled within their departments, their offices, and throughout our college. Would all the new faculty and staff members with us that joined since last October please stand so that we can welcome you again to your college. I welcome you members of our Buffalo State community, and as we review successes from last year, I encourage you to be a part of the change and innovation that is occurring here at Buffalo State. During the 2015-16 academic year, modifications were made within the curriculum, including 4 new 4+1 undergraduate to graduate programs. These programs include dietetics and nutrition to adult education, education areas that linked with TESOL and exceptional education, and a professional science master's. In each case, the program will allow current students to more smoothly move from an undergraduate to a graduate program and complete both in 5 years, while also attracting students who can succeed in these programs. We showcase student research and creativity once again at the 18th Annual Student Research and Creativity Celebration. Under the leadership of Dr. Jill Sanger, Director of the Office of Undergraduate Research, we saw the largest participation since its inception in 1999. More than 500 students authored or co-authored a paper or a creative work, and more than 150 faculty members mentored these students. We also ate a lot of cake last year. We celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Buffalo State Child Care Center, which was founded in 1976, and we also celebrated both the 50th anniversary of the Great Lakes Center and the 50th anniversary of the Birchville Penny Arts Center. Obviously, 1966 was a great year to get things started at Buffalo State. We saw the completion of the second phase of our Science and Mathematics Complex, the near completion of Claudia Hall, and the development of Phase 1 of our Academic Achievement Center located in Butler Library. We ramped up our focus on sustainable transportation. The Division of Finance and Management spearheaded a variety of efforts and brought the Zip Card on campus, the Ready Bike Share, and instituted a bicycle friendliness program. We saw a reorganization of our technology services into functional areas and a name change to better represent the support provided by this division. The new name was coined RIGHT, Resources for Information Technology and Education. Many exciting new endeavors have been forthcoming from RIGHT, including the FIT Academy. FIT is fostering innovation in teaching and technology. This is a unique and engaging professional development opportunity designed to establish a faculty community of practice by using technology to enhance teaching and learning. This unique hands-on experience brought together faculty, instructional technologists, and design specialists to enhance teaching and learning. At the conclusion of the FIT Academy, scholars shared their experience with the broader community. By all accounts, it was widely successful and has created a new standard of excellence for the integration of technology into the classroom. Last year, we saw the reaccreditation of industrial technology by the Association of Technology Management and Applied Engineering, the reaccreditation of interior design by the Council for Interior Design, and the reaccreditation of the Birchville Penny Arts by the Center for the American Alliance of Museums. We also launched PAWS, Partnering Students with Alumni, the program initiated by Alumni Affairs that links students with alums and college partners within our local business community. Buffalo State's counseling program stepped up to be first and the only college in Erie County to join the Suicide Prevention Coalition, demonstrating our leadership in the area of suicide prevention. The Volunteer Service Learning Center coordinated over 450,000 hours of community service last year, linking students to the Buffalo community. A review of students engaged in service learning also revealed that these engaged students were more successful in the classroom and persisted at higher rates than those not participating in service learning. Thus, engagement in service learning and civic engagement is positively correlated with student success. Graduated senior Sasha Vaughn was named in the top 30 for the NCAA Women of the Year, the nationwide competition, thus garnering recognition for her scholar-athlete abilities and bringing national recognition to her home campus. Also, graduate student Ashley Westlake was awarded a Fulbright to teach in Rwanda. For the fourth year, Buffalo State College has been recognized for our outstanding programs and processes related to equity and inclusion by receiving the HEED, the Higher Education Diversity Award. During the fall of 2015, we unveiled the presidential portraits of 7 Buffalo State presidents, honored the life and contributions of beloved faculty member Horace Mann, including renaming the quad between Savage Hall and Rockwell the Hank Mann Quad, and we celebrated the end of Transforming Lives campaign that raised $27 million of funds for campus priorities. We also published the Buffalo State Impact Report, documenting the significant impact of Buffalo State on the economics of Buffalo. The economic impact was demonstrated and documented at $680 million. And a special thanks to Dr. Fred Floss, who measured and computed our tremendous impact on our community. Additionally, an art conservation alum restored the iconic replica of the Star Trek Enterprise that is now hanging in the Smithsonian. Our fashion and technology department wowed us again with the amazing runway show, this time focused on sustainability. And we embraced our commitment to graduating students in 4 years and began our focus on students roaring in 4. And a special thanks to Dan Heim, who gave us such a signature name for our 4-year graduation promise. It was an extraordinary year. This year was not without its difficult moments as well. It was also a year marked with the loss of 2 members of our student community. We mourn the death of 2 seniors who passed away within weeks of each other. Their loss reminded us all of how a light can go out much too early, and the importance of embracing the talents and contributions of all members of our college community. It was a year to remember on all accounts, but since pictures speak loudly, let's see a brief video that highlights our 2015-16 academic year. It was a great year, right? However, let's look to this year. The Sankofa moves ahead, armed with the knowledge of our successes of the past and the obstacles we face. We will move forward as a campus, just as the Sankofa moves forward. As we begin this new year, guided by our strategic plan, we will recommit and deepen our focus on student success. I will ask all of you to elevate your work. There is no one that cannot deepen and improve the work they are doing or their commitment to Buffalo State. Today, I want to draw your attention to student retention, persistence, and completion. Many of you have heard me speak of the many obstacles we face. There's a shrinking pool of high school graduates in Western New York. We're in a highly competitive environment throughout the state, from sister public and private colleges. And the funds to state-operated campuses continue to shrink. And there's not a week that someone does not share with me the need to change and advance our work. All of these are important and worthy of discussion at length. But today, I want us to think about one specific focus for the 2016-17 year. We will heighten our dedication and focus on the things that we can control that are related to the retention, persistence, and graduation of our students. Every year, degree completing students tell me about the wonderful experiences they've had at Buffalo State and how their classes and experiences have prepared them to graduate and to move forward to tackle exciting adventures and their next steps. But what I want to focus on today are those students who do not stay with us, those students that do not persist, and those students who do not find their way to some of the best corners, advocates, and offices to help them succeed. What prevents students from succeeding? What stands in their way to success? Where are the gaps and how can we close them? How can these students find their way to succeed and find success at Buffalo State and not drop out, stop out, or seek needed support at another institution? I ask you to think about how you can be a part of the web of support for these students. How can you help to retain a larger number of our students at our campus and help them grasp that star of success and complete their degree program? For those of you that have not taken or taught general psychology in many years, I'd like to remind you of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, a conceptualization of what is needed to excel, succeed, and grow to maximize your ability. The structure is a pyramid of needs that must be met for actualization, or in our case, the successful degree completion of our students. Maslow argues, and I agree, that basic needs are foundational to successfully completing and achieving mastery. If you consider Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you will understand how important every faculty and staff member is to the retention and success of our students. The most basic need for our students is their physiological and foundational needs. They must have good nutritious food, warmth, utilities, water, and all the basics. In today's world, that would include technological infrastructure and availability to technology, Wi-Fi, and structures. Without these basic needs being met, students cannot focus on their higher needs. Our dining services, campus services, residential life, and technological services play a crucial and defining role within the lives of our students. If those basic needs are met, students can then focus on issues of safety. At Buffalo State, we have clearly defined that safety is everybody's business. We have confirmed and articulated this understanding in our Buffalo State community policing philosophy. Our university police are central to our efforts related to safety, but each community member must find and play his or her part. Our community policing philosophy defines the interlocking ways that we all must join together to develop and maintain a secure environment. From the lighting managed by campus services to the good judgment of all community members to educating the community on safe habits by university police, safety is a community-wide effort. When students have basic needs met and find themselves in a safe environment, they can then begin the important work of developing friendships with peers and defining close relationships with faculty and staff. These are valuable and important parts of all human experience. But as a college environment, we understand how important this is to students to make them feel a part of our college. How often homesickness is the reason first-year students leave to return to the comfort and familiarity of old friends and extended family. Just last month, I spoke at length to two mothers of first-year students who were experiencing homesickness. I expressed and the mothers concurred that connections with the Buffalo State family was the medicine that was needed. We all play a part in helping students develop good relationships or facilitating appropriate peer-to-peer relationships. Within student affairs, there are many layers of programming that help students deepen their ties to members of the Buffalo State community. Residential and non-residential programming, mentorship projects, programming for special groups, athletic teams, faculty and student connections, and student clubs are some of the many ways that students connect appropriately with other members of the college community. Also, there are well-developed structures to help students overcome problems that might hinder such connections or sanction violations to campus norms for inappropriate behavior or violations to the student code of conduct. Many of these structures are within our Office of the Dean of Students. Settling into the Buffalo State family cannot be overemphasized. This feeling of Buffalo State being your home away from home allows students to then focus on the important business of classes, coursework, and degree completion. Maslow would next suggest if the above needs are met, foundational, safety, relational needs, students would next progress to have their esteem needs met. In a college environment, we need to ensure that we have developed good academic roadmaps, strong advisement, well-prepared and delivered coursework, and the appropriate opportunities for students to learn and proceed toward degree completion. These opportunities come from many directions, but this sense as a valued member of a department within a major and on an appropriate academic path is best represented by the role that faculty play in the lives of our students. Faculty teach and guide students to find their academic and departmental home, engage students in successful experiences, and acknowledge to each student that he or she is a valued member in our environment, and challenge each student to do their very best. From my years as a faculty member, I know that it is not always easy to guide each and every student. However, extending your reach to all students is necessary. We know students succeed at higher levels when they're engaged in high-impact practices. Thus, every Buffalo State student should be afforded one or more high-impact practice. We know that students who are engaged in the community or in service learning have higher levels of persistence. Every student should be afforded this opportunity. Faculty must be ready and prepared to develop a curriculum that privileges what we know will elevate retention and persistence. We already have significant opportunities for student research, service learning, study abroad, and community service. However, are these opportunities available to all students? They are not. How can we extend these experiences for all of our students? We will no longer avoid the direction we need to go. We will not accept any excuses for not making the changes that are necessary. We will build on the good work of our committee on retention and our broader discussions, and we will move into our campus the programs and processes that will enhance retention and persistence at Buffalo State. In order to have the resources to do this, we will carefully assess all that we do, and we will stop doing what is not working and move resources to promising avenues. From the perspective of a college environment, Maslow's self-actualization is a successful completion of their chosen degree. Whether they roar in 4 or soar in 5, we must be committed to elevating the persistence and graduation rates of our students. Our graduation rate has been flat for many years. Attention on retention has shown some fluctuations, but regardless, we have not made the necessary and significant changes that have resulted in increasing persistence and completion rates. To further complicate the many needs that must be addressed to move a student to completion, it is important to note that although the needs may be hierarchical in terms of development, they exist simultaneously within the college student. Thus, we as a college community must address and satisfy each need concurrently from day one until degree completion. We must heighten work in all areas, and we must understand how they connect together. I am not content with the explanations that are sometimes given me. Some students were planning to transfer when they joined us. Some students just want to return near home, or some students just don't feel challenged. If each of us in this room and across the campus recognize the important role they play in the success of our students, we can move the needle on completion. If each person realizes that you personally need to do a better job than you're doing to retain students and move them to graduation, we can move the needle. If each of us holds ourselves and our colleagues to the clear expectation that we each have a role to play in student retention, persistence, and completion, we can make a significant and positive change. A break in any part of our web of support creates gaps. Our pyramid of support includes the foundational experiences and all the many ways we ensure a safe, connected, and engaged experience that moves students through successful degree completion here at Buffalo State. I expect everyone from the cleaner in Porter Hall to the university police officer that patrols Butler Library, to each faculty member, to each person that supports student life, to our finance and record officers, to all embrace their role in student success. Pointing the finger and accusing others for what they should be doing is not a strategy for student success. We have a new strategic plan. It holds us all accountable for student success. So let's start this year and every year forward like the Sankofa. We will look back and be informed by our past, but it will not define our future. I expect measurable and significant increases in our measures of student success. Our 5-year goal for student retention is 79%. That is ambitious, but not ambitious enough. We will reach and stretch toward an 80% retention rate. Unless we stretch to meet ambitious goals, we are failing to fully challenge ourselves and to fully embrace the success of our students. We will not stop there, and we will leverage the strengths of our college to support students as they persist each year until they graduate. You are all my partners in elevating student retention, persistence, and completion. If you are with me on this journey, please stand. And let us together roar our affirmation that we will work together to enhance our completion agenda. Thank you so much for being with me.